The Australian government just unleashed its toughest hate crime laws ever, powers to ban entire groups, cancel visas on a whim, and slap massive penalties on anyone spreading what they call hate. But here's the shocker, some of the loudest voices screaming foul aren't fringe radicals, they are sitting coalition senators warning this could crush free speech and hand the state dangerous new tools to silence dissent. In the wake of the horrific Bondi Beach attack that claimed 15 lives, the Albanese government rushed through the Combatting Antisemitism, Hate and Extremism Act 2026, expanding criminal offences, creating frameworks to outlaw organisations promoting hatred, and beefing up migration powers to deport or block those linked to extremist views. Supporters hail it as a vital shield against rising antisemitism and radicalisation, but critics see a slippery slope toward government overreach that threatens the very freedoms Australia prides itself on. The tension is electric, with debates raging over where protection ends and censorship begins, forcing every Australian to ask, is this security worth the cost to open debate? Parliament's late-night vote saw the legislation pass with Labor and most Liberals on board, but the Nationals broke ranks hard. Senators like Matt Canavan blasted the laws as badly drafted and far too broad, arguing they risk capturing legitimate political views under vague hate provisions. Jacinta Nampijinpa Price echoed those fears, questioning if the expanded banning powers and aggravated penalties, especially for leaders or preachers inciting violence, could chill robust discussion on sensitive issues. The Institute of Public Affairs piled on, warning that listing hate groups beyond clear terrorist outfits opens the door to abusing authority against unpopular opinions or protest movements. These aren't abstract hypotheticals. The new framework lets the Home Affairs Minister wield sweeping visa cancellations based on hate-related conduct, even without a criminal conviction. Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke insists negotiations refined the bill to target real threats while preserving balance, but Shadow Minister John O'Donnell has flagged potential amendments to curb what he sees as overreach. The divide cuts deep across the coalition, exposing fractures between security hawks and civil liberties defenders, all while the public grapples with how far government should go to combat hate without eroding democratic foundations. This isn't just another policy tweak, it's a pivotal moment testing Australia's commitment to both safety and liberty. The laws ramp up penalties for offences tied to antisemitism and extremism, expand prohibited symbols, and empower prohibitions on groups that radicalise or disrupt cohesion. Proponents point to the Bondi tragedy as undeniable proof that stronger tools are essential to stop hatred from festering into violence. Yet opponents counter that broad definitions of hate could weaponize the state against political opponents, religious debates, or even cultural critiques, creating a chilling effect where people self-censor to avoid trouble. The rush timeline after the attack amplified concerns about thorough scrutiny, with some crossbenchers and independents joining the Nationals in opposition, citing risks to peaceful expression and multicultural dialogue. As amendments loom and implementation begins, the real test will come in courtrooms and public discourse. Will these measures genuinely protect vulnerable communities, or will they become a mechanism for controlling narratives? The stakes couldn't be higher in a nation that values mateship, fair go, and fearless speech. Look closer and the cracks appear even wider. Religious leaders from multiple faiths have quietly voiced unease, fearing that sermons or community discussions touching on contentious global conflicts could now trigger investigations or penalties under the expanded incitement clauses. University campuses, already battlegrounds for free expression, face fresh uncertainty. Student groups or guest speakers critical of certain policies might find themselves labeled as promoting hate, leading to deplatforming or visa issues for international academics. The legislation's focus on antisemitism draws particular heat, with some arguing it creates uneven protections that prioritize one form of hatred over others like anti-Islam sentiment or anti-Indigenous rhetoric. Meanwhile, everyday Aussies scrolling social media wonder if a heated comment in a heated debate could land them in legal crosshairs. The government's promise of safeguards rings hollow to many when the minister holds such discretionary power. This debate isn't confined to Canberra, it's spilling into pubs, workplaces, and family chats, reminding everyone that laws written in haste can reshape society for decades. Behind the headlines lies a deeper question about trust in institutions. After years of polarised politics, many Australians are sceptical that any government, Labor or coalition, can be trusted not to stretch these powers when it suits them. Historical examples of overreach, from wartime censorship to recent pandemic-era restrictions, fuel the fire. Yet the counter-argument holds weight too. Inaction in the face of rising extremism has real human costs, as seen in the Bondi loss and synagogue attacks elsewhere. Balancing these realities demands precision, not panic, and that's where the current laws fall short for critics. As the dust settles and court challenges inevitably emerge, Australians will watch closely to see if the promised protections deliver justice or deliver division. The outcome will define not just how hate is fought, but how free a society Australia remains. The fight is far from over. With concerns mounting from policy think tanks to frontline politicians, this legislation spotlights the razor-thin line between safeguarding society and expanding state power too far. Daily Aussie News brings you the unfiltered pulse of these battles, cutting through spin to deliver facts that matter. If you're tired of bland coverage and want sharp insights into what shapes our future, smash that subscribe button right now. Don't miss a single update on Australian politics. Stay informed, stay engaged, and join the conversation below. Do these laws protect us, or do they endanger the freedoms we hold dear? Hit like if this hit home, share with mates who need to know, and subscribe to Daily Aussie News for more no-nonsense breakdowns. We're in this together, truth over comfort, always.